But we begin with the statewide audit of the 2020 presidential election, which continues this morning all across our state. Election workers are currently retallying nearly 5 million ballots with a deadline of the middle of the week, Wednesday. Joe Hankey in Fulton County this morning, where they are making progress. And Joe, it is a tough job they have. It is an arduous task, but it is one that they are on target to accomplish.
That's right, Jeff, and you mentioned progress, quick progress here in Fulton County inside the Georgia World Congress Center. Fulton County election workers behind me started going through more than 500,000 ballots yesterday, retallying those ballots. They got about half of their work done yesterday. They picked it up again this morning, and we are told they're already on the back end of all the ballots and expect to be done by sometime this afternoon. It's a similar scene across the state of Georgia in all 159 counties. Here in Fulton, 125 plus teams have been sitting in teams of 2. Each is going through ballots one by one and placing them in piles for Trump, Biden, or any other candidate. If they cannot decide on who the ballot goes for, a 3-person panel with 1 Republican, 1 Democrat, and 1 nonpartisan then rule. Counties are using page counting machines to then tally the number of ballots for each candidate, and those numbers are sent to the state. The state gave counties a deadline of Wednesday to complete the audit. Some counties began working Friday. Others, such as Fulton and DeKalb, began yesterday. Fulton County's election director talked with us within the past hour. He says the tallying should be done sometime this afternoon. Overall, he expects the results to change, but only slightly.
Because when you have machines looking at something and then you have humans looking at something, there's going to be a difference in the count. I don't expect the margin or the overall result to change. I just think that the individual numbers will change.
And some counties are already done retallying their ballots. Bacon County, for example, in southeast Georgia, President Donald Trump won Bacon County in the initial count. They retallied all of their ballots on Friday, 4,600 of them. The vote total did not budge, not a single change. Up in Cobb County, they're recounting nearly 10 times that, 400,000 ballots. The elections worker there director on Friday told me she also expects some changes in the vote total. President-elect Joe Biden won Cobb County. She expects that to be the same result. She does not believe any changes will flip the result there. Jeff?
It's amazing. We live in this world of technology. We're so sophisticated and smart. Yet today, it's sort of like FDR versus Alf Landon. We're going back to the 1930s, counting one by one by one. Joe Hankey in Fulton County, thank you.